What if I told you that credit card companies might owe you money? Not just a few dollars, but potentially hundreds that you've paid in late fees over the years. And there's a new government rule that gives you the power to get it back. Right now, millions of Americans are paying between $2 and $41 every time they're late on a credit card payment. That adds up fast. If you've been late just 5 times in the last year, you could have paid over $200 in fees alone. But here's what most people don't know. A new Consumer Financial Protection Bureau rule that was finalized in March 2024 is changing everything. For large credit card issuers, meaning companies with over 1 million accounts, late fees are now capped at $8. That's right, $8, down from what was often $35 or even $41. This rule is peaking in awareness and implementation right now in 2026, which means if you've been charged more than $8 for a late fee recently, you might be entitled to a refund. So how do you know if you're eligible? First, check your credit card statements from the last 6 months. Look for any late fees over $8. Second, verify if your issuer is considered a large issuer. Most major banks like Chase, Bank of America, and Capital One definitely are. Third, the rule applies to fees charged after the rule's effective date, which for most people means any late fees from early 2026 onward. Now here's the actionable part, how to actually get your money back. Step 1, gather your evidence. Take screenshots or photos of the late fees on your statements. Step 2, call your credit card company's customer service line. Don't use the automated system. Ask for a human representative immediately. Step 3, be polite but firm. Say, I'm calling about late fees that appear to exceed the CFPB's $8 cap under the new rule. What happens if they push back? Some representatives might not know about the rule yet. That's why you need to be prepared. Have the CFPB rule number ready. It's officially called the Credit Card Penalty Fees Rule. You can find it on the CFPB website. If the first representative won't help, ask to speak to a supervisor. Remember, this is federal regulation, not a suggestion. They have to comply. Here's a crucial point. Getting refunds for these overcharged late fees won't hurt your credit score. In fact, it might help. When credit card companies refund fees, they're essentially admitting they charged you incorrectly. This can sometimes lead to them removing the late payment mark from your credit report entirely. I've seen this happen with several clients. They got their money back and saw their credit score improve. But what about smaller issuers or credit unions? The rule currently only applies to issuers with over 1 million accounts. However, there's pressure building for this to expand. Even if your issuer isn't covered yet, it's worth checking their late fee policies. Many are voluntarily lowering fees to stay competitive. And if you're with a small issuer charging $35 late fees in 2026, you might want to consider switching cards. Let me give you a real example. Sarah, one of our Credit Unlock and community members, discovered she'd paid $210 in late fees over the past 8 months. That's 6 payments at $35 each. She called her issuer, cited the CFPB rule, and within 2 weeks had all $210 credited back to her account. That's money she's now using to pay down her balance faster. So here's your action plan for this week. First, set aside 30 minutes to review your credit card statements. Second, make a list of any late fees over $8 from 2026. Third, prepare your talking points about the CFPB rule. Fourth, schedule time to make those calls. Even if you only get one refund, that's money back in your pocket that was unfairly taken. Now I want to hear from you. Have you tried getting a late fee refund since this new rule took effect? What was your experience? Share in the comments below. Your story could help someone else get their money back too. And if you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video where we're breaking down exactly how to negotiate lower interest rates with your credit card companies.